Hello folks, today we get the opportunity to watch a member of the Republican Taliban admit through legislation that the people he was calling liars were actually telling the truth, and he was in fact a liar. On April 26, 2023, BenedictBost tweeted this: Democrats are flat out lying about the House Republican debt limit plan to save our fiscal future. We are not slashing veterans' benefits. We are ensuring we have the resources to provide the care they need for generations to come. Let's take a closer look at what the plan to save our fiscal future actually calls for cuts in. A Forbes May 10th article titled "Republicans Set on Hurting Their Own Constituents with Draconian Budget Cuts" lists healthcare and the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program as areas affected by the Republican plan. Cuts to SNAP would not only affect recipients, but also our food-producing farmers. Both programs are generally wider used in poorer red states and red areas of blue states. The Center on Budget and Policy Priorities found that the Republican Taliban's proposal would cut services like schools, transit, and aid to families in crisis. In their chart, you can see how BenedictBost's bill would affect the state he lives in for fiscal year 2024 as originally written, and if his Cover Your Butt bill passes, then also 10 years out using both Republican bills. The Hill published an article on April 30th, 2023, titled GOP Furious at VA Claiming Debt Bill Cuts Veteran Benefits, Shamelessly Lying. It includes the following video.
Veterans Affairs Committee, Mr. Bost from Illinois.
Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, there's a lot of talk on this floor and actually outside the chambers today from the other side of the aisle about this bill cutting veterans. Well, I'm going to tell you, as the only veteran amongst the 4 VA committee leaders responsible for ensuring veterans have the care and services they've earned, and as a father of a veteran, and a grandfather of a veteran, and a grandson of a veteran, and a son of a veteran, and a nephew of a veteran, you better believe that I'm dead serious that we're not cutting veterans, and I mean it. Now, I don't know how much clearer we can be. Speaker McCarthy has been very clear. We're not cutting veterans. Chairwoman Granger, we're not cutting veterans. And I, as a chairman of the Veterans Committee, we're not cutting veterans. The White House and Democrats know. And we can get our physical house in order while ensuring our service members and veterans are taken care of. And yet, with no regard for the impact of their words, they continue to speak lies about how House Republicans are cutting veterans' benefits, and it's false. And it is dangerous rhetoric. Dangerous rhetoric, and you ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Simply put, you're placing politics and playing politics with our veterans and their lives and their concerns. Veterans are not political pawns to advance an agenda. CBO says that the Limited Save Growth Act will grow the economy and save American taxpayers money, which is a good thing. Because at the end of the day, our veterans, you know what, they're taxpayers too. And their grandmothers and mothers and their grandfathers and their fathers. And you know what, they're concerned about their children and grandchildren. So if you believe in building America that is worth our veterans' selfless sacrifice, I urge you to stop playing politics. Come to the table and support the bill. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I yield back.
Well, bless his heart. As he puts it, the father of a veteran, and a grandfather of a veteran, and a grandson of a veteran, and a son of a veteran, and a nephew of a veteran should damn well know better than to lie to veterans about where the 22% cut in discretionary spending, the original bill he voted on, would come from. I am dead serious. We actually agree that veterans should not be political pawns to advance an agenda of cutting funding so BenedictBost rich campaign funders can keep the Trump trickle-down tax scam that this Republican Taliban member voted for. Neither should teachers, children, the poor, the disabled. If BenedictBost wasn't actually the one lying about the cuts in the Limit, Save, Grow Act, or as I like to call it, the Cut, Kill, Destroy Act, then there would be no need for the fiscal year 2024 Military Construction and Veterans Affairs Bill. The Republican Taliban bill that passed with BenedictBost's vote of approval to cut funding for children, disabled, poor, and yes, veterans, while maintaining the Treasury giveaways to the richest campaign funders, is not only disgraceful and reprehensible, it is in complete opposition to the teachings of the faith that these self-proclaimed Christian nationalists claim to influence their decision-making process when they are voting on bills. They should be ashamed of themselves.